Sometimes we go into hiding. Sometimes we shine like the sun. Today, it's time to come out of the darkness and to shine like the sun. It's time. Welcome to the Small Scale Life Podcast. I'm your host, Tom. It has been a day, a long several days since we had posted a podcast here on smallscalelife.com and across the podcast universe. I was looking at the last post on smallscalelife.com and I noticed that date, September 9th, 2022. For those of you who have been part of our little tribe, been part of our community, have been following us on Instagram and Facebook, maybe know us, you know what happened 2 days later, September 11th, 2022. That was a hard day, the hardest day we've ever had in our lives. That's the day we lost Danny. It's the day we lost our running hummingbird, our ultramarathoner, our firstborn, the little guy who's been with us since day one of our marriage, before we were even married. We lost him suddenly, unexpectedly. It was a shock to all of us. And I'm not going to go into that today. I've got a lot of podcasts recorded. I've got a lot of thoughts recorded. I've got pieces, parts recorded. I've got the funeral recorded. And we'll see where that river takes us. But it's not for today. Today is about ripping off a Band-Aid and coming back into the sun. Coming back into the sun and starting to project back into the universe our light, my light, our light. This isn't easy. This hasn't been easy. This has been a hard road, a difficult road, a lonely road, a grieving road. And it's been a hard one. That's all I can say. There's reasons why there's no content. How can you create when you don't feel it? When you feel like the whole world has been turned upside down? How do you even talk about that? How do you do that? Certainly, if you've been following this podcast and this blog for the past 3 years, there has been major upheaval. We lived in North Minneapolis. The city burned down in 2020. We had to go. We lived in an apartment in Inver Grove Heights. We thought we were moving to a nice place. A lot of crime there, though. Holy smokes. We had to go, right? We had the pandemic. And in the city hellscape, things changed. We had to go. We had to leave. We were going to build a house, and the housing market went upside down. Getting materials to build a home, a new house, a whole new life, suddenly was unattainable. And we had to go. We couldn't do that either. And then we bought this little farm in western Wisconsin. And there's been work to start to paint our own masterpiece, our own painting. And to do that, you had to clear away some of the rubble, remove some of the overgrowth, the trees, the overgrown flower beds, or the choked out flower beds with weeds. We had to cut some trees down that were leaning over the house. We had to do a lot of work. And so there's been no opportunity to speak there either, because it's pretty much taming chaos, riding the chaos and taming it, trying to anyway. And then this happened, September 11th, 2022. That happened. And here we are. So it's December 14th, 2022 today. Few months, few days, and here we sit. It's snowing out. Maybe you can hear the snowing and raining. You can hear the raindrops hitting the roof here at Driftless Oaks Farm in the Landing Podcast Studio, my little office. And here we are. Here we are. We have Christmas coming. It will be different this year. It won't be the same. We'll have New Year's. It won't be the same. We'll have my birthday, the day after New Year's Day, January 2nd. It won't be the same. But we'll get through. We'll get through. And we'll remember Danny, and we'll remember the others who have gone before us across the bridge. We'll remember them. We'll remember them. So what are we talking about today? We just sent out a ton of Christmas cards, and Jules did a great job writing it. I know, right? Usually I'm the writer and stuff, but she did a great job writing it, and I just wanted to read it. Wanted to read the message because it's a really good one. When I read it, I was like, yeah, this is perfect, and this is what I have to read to the microphone and put it on the podcast. And she was fine with that. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's going to start us down a path. I'm not going to talk today about some of the things we got going on and some of the efforts that we're starting up, and that's going to come later. But today we're thinking about you guys. We're thinking about Danny. We're thinking about, and this little letter that Jules included in the card, some of you are going to get it and you're going to read it and you'll understand. And some of you that we've never met or are just tuning in for the first time, you're going to hear it, and it's good. So without further ado, I'm going to read this here, and then we're going to close out, and we'll start again. So here we go. Christmas 2022. Merry Christmas. I'm sitting here this morning trying to remember the last time I sent out Christmas cards. Honestly, it was probably at least 5 years ago. Somehow the constant quote-unquote connection of technology has taken place of some of the old traditions, and that's a damn shame. That's my editorial there. But if this year has taught us anything, it has taught us that one of the greatest gifts that we are ever given is true connection with those we love. And I have realized there's really something special about receiving a card in the mail the good old-fashioned way. And we really have to thank Amy Dingman over at A Farmish Kind of Life for creating her newsletter and sending that out every month. Man, it is a treat to get Amy's personalized note and get that newsletter. It's just cool. And it's a throwback to the old days. And it's not junk mail. We read it and it's awesome. And we really had to shout her out because she's awesome. Okay. So let me start by saying thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for every card, gift, meal, message, phone call, and hug. We've received them all, and our gratitude is beyond measure. The amount of love and support that we've been shown this year is nothing short of unbelievable. We always knew we were surrounded by amazing people, and we're reminded of that fact every single day. And the big question is, how are we doing? That is a question that we're asked often, and the answer really depends on the day, on the hour that you ask us. Our lives will forever be divided into two parts, life with Danny and life without. We're learning to move forward and navigate this world with a big piece of our hearts missing. As I wrote in my journal the other day, our lives feel like a big piece of pottery that's been dropped on the ground and broken into 1,000 pieces. We have realized that we are never going to be able to glue that piece of pottery back together the way it once was because one of the pieces has been lost forever. Now it is up to us to turn that shattered mess into a beautiful piece of mosaic art. That missing piece will forever have changed that pottery into something different, and yet it can still be unique and beautiful. We just have to take the time to allow the vision to develop and then put it together, one piece at a time. It's going to be a long process, but we have faith, and we know our sweet boy is running forever free in heaven with his Grandpa Tom, Grandma Barb, Cousin Colin, and all of our other lost loved ones. Although this year has been one of the worst that I hope we'll ever survive, it also has brought some amazing gifts into our family. The little smiling peanut in the picture on the card that we sent. On our card is Mr. Declan Todd, who was born to my brother David and his sweet wife Jenny on October 9th. His little face brings us so much joy, and we're beyond excited to go down to Austin, Texas to meet him in person over the holidays. Jenny and Dave send us our daily dose of Declan texts that bright up our lives every single day. And I'm sure Jenny is very happy not to be asked when they're going to start a family anymore. LOL, laugh out loud, you know the drill. Although when we do get Although when we do, we start to ask Dave when Declan will get a little brother or sister. Probably too soon to ask that question, right? So to answer the question of how we're doing, we are okay. We are surviving. We will learn to thrive again in time. But mainly we are blessed. Blessed by our loving God and blessed by each and every one of you in our lives. If I can offer any advice this holiday season, it is that you forgo the stress that comes with it. Release those little annoyances and try to be completely present in each and every moment. And always, always remember to tell everyone how much you love them. With love and light, Julie, Tom, and Ryan. That is so true. That is so true. It has been amazing. The outpouring of love. I mean, the funeral we had, gosh, must have had 200 people there. And the flowers that came in from all corners of the earth were amazing. Friends of the show, friends from our past, friends from past lives sent flowers and cards and messages. And it was beautiful. People from this podcast, people that I love and that I connected with at this podcast, sent flowers and cards and well wishes and gifts. And, you know, I'm walking through the funeral and somebody's asking me, well, who are these people here? And who sent this? And where did this come from? And who are they? And I smiled and I said, these are people who listen to my podcast. These are people from Ohio, from Colorado, from Wyoming, from Texas. These are people from Virginia. These are people that have learned who we are and listened for years. We've been doing this for years. We've been putting our message into this earth, into this atmosphere, into this world. Are we always right? No, hell no. I get it wrong. We get it wrong. There's been a lot of great people out there who've given us support and love. And you don't know how much that means to us. It really does mean the world. So we're going to slowly come back into it. I've been busy on YouTube. I still post on Instagram that goes over to Facebook. Been busy with the Facebook group. I mean, between Facebook group and the Facebook page, there's just 1,300 people that are tuning in. There's over 2,000 people on Instagram. There's over 1,900 on YouTube. I mean, that's a lot of people. These are small towns, right? And it's an incredible gift for me. Some dude that just decided to start talking into a microphone and writing on a blog. It's incredible. And he called it Small Scale Life for some strange reason. But I know why I called it that. Absolutely. I just had another confirmation this week why I called it Small Scale Life. Because that is a reminder to me to keep it real and to run a small scale life, to have a small scale life. I don't need to run everything. I just need to do it really, really, really well and learn, do, grow, and be a little better every day. That's my goal. My goal is to inspire you to try, to do, to learn something and to grow something, right? So we're going to roll into the holidays here. I'll have some pre-recorded stuff. We'll have that queued up and scheduled. And January, we're hitting the ground running. We've got a lot going on. I had a great interview with a gentleman out from Colorado, one of my Colorado crew. He's a beekeeper, a homesteader, Adam Rapier. It's going to be awesome. We just got talking and we just talked for a couple hours. It was great. So we'll have him on, trying to line up Michael Jordan, the bee whisperer from Wyoming, have him talk. We've also got my friend Greg Burns. Every time I talk to Greg, it is awesome. It is just such a great experience. We'll love him on the show. Also my friend, Mr. Michael Bell, who is awesome as well. He is down in Dallas, Texas at Dallas Half Acre Farm. It's been a long time since he's been on the show. Want to bring him back and hopefully, knock on wood, he's starting up his podcast and I would love to be a guest on that, a regular. big thumbs up. And then Mariah, the intuitive energy healer, would love to have her on again. We were going to talk about surviving the holidays, but holidays are almost here, so I don't know if we'll pull that off in time. But yeah, there's a whole lot that I want to do, and a whole lot that we're going to be doing in 2023. Good grief, 2023. It's right on top of us. In the meantime, we've got the Small Scale Life newsletter. There is a direct link on the homepage at smallscalelife.com. We're going to get that going again. I'm getting a podcast going again. There's a whole lot that I need to talk about. Wicking beds is one. Gardening is huge. Different styles of wicking beds. We're going to be doing a lot of testing this year and showing you how that works. Talking about this farm, taking you on tours with the YouTube channel. There's just a lot there. Made some cranberry jalapeno jelly that was great to do that again. It's just kind of digging out of a hole. That's really what we've been doing for the last quarter, essentially, but it's time. So that's about all I had for you today. Just wanted to read that, tell you that we love you all. Hope you have a great Christmas, wonderful New Year. I'll be back and we'll be talking more with you about things to come. So, all right, everybody. Remember to learn, do, grow, be a little better every day. This is Tom from the Small Scale Life Podcast. Tell your family and friends you love them every day. Don't miss the opportunity. You might not get one again. All right, everybody. Take care. In closing, from the north to the south, from the east to the west, and everywhere in between, may the gods, spirits, and folk be blessed at this place. May we heal the land and protect the soil, animals, and plants. May we live in strength and love, leading the way as we learn, do, grow, and be a little better every day. This is Tom from the Small Scale Life Podcast. We'll be back with another show. In the meantime, stay safe and take care, everybody. This has been a production of Small Scale Life Media.